But I just want you to know that me and you are the same. That some of this stuff is a little bit weird, and some of this stuff we mess up on all the time. I mess up on this area of my life. I mean, there's no question. Sometimes I don't let things go that should have been let go. There's relationships in my life that I could have in my life if I would have just let shit go. Letting go is an incredible concept. I think it's powerful for all of us. I believe that we have to be taught how to let things go. We go into business, we take something personal, we get upset, we quit, we give up because we can't let things go. The ego is fucking powerful. I mean, sometimes you can feel it in your chest, right? When you get upset or you get mad or somebody does something bad to you or somebody you off or somebody doesn't do what they say they're gonna do, you can like literally feel it. I mean, it's something that is that powerful. And I think this book, what it's done for me, it was almost like a revelation for me. I actually went on Instagram, did a live as soon as I was done reading the book because I was so, holy shit, this is insane. It's unbelievable how awesome it is when you completely understand that we are always in control and we don't have to allow a circumstance, a situation, a word, a tone. You know, imagine people get upset just by the tone that you might use. You love them, you care about them, you think they're amazing, but tone came out a certain way, and because of this tone, there was a battle, there was a fight, relationship. You might be going through that in your marriage or in your current relationship. So when we decide to let things go, rise above it, right? It's like, you know, you take this situation and you just go stick it over here. I mean, maybe internalize it, feel it, understand it, but then just put it over here. Let it go. Probably not that important to your life, to your future. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we probably won't even remember this conversation. The power of letting go is something that when us as a society, when we figure it out, when we really get it, and we start raising our frequencies to higher levels of frequencies. I did a podcast this morning, and her name was Summer Day, really cool lady. And she just, you know, obviously her vibration was amazing. And she was like, your vibration is amazing. You're such at a high level and frequency is great. And this is kind of our responsibility. And we had this little conversation that it's our responsibility as humans to be happy, to be joyful, to be loving and giving and caring to other people. And I don't think we're really taught that at a young age. Nobody really teaches us that. Matter of fact, our friends usually push the wrong behaviors because, you know, none of us read self-improvement books when we're 3, 5, 10, 12, most of the time not even 20 or 30. You know, people probably start reading self-improvement books in their 30s and 40s and 50s. And it's probably because they fucked up their 20s and 30s and they're like, oh shit, I better start reading a book to try to change my life. But if we started our children, started them on learning how to master their mind, learning how to let go, learning how to be more kind and loving, maybe there would be less challenges, I don't know, in the world, maybe, I don't know. So I just wanted to do this little extra piece here because I wanted you to know that for sure, I mean, if you're somebody that has a difficult time letting things go, or you're taking a lot of things personal, or you're letting things offend you, I mean, imagine the people that get offended in this day and age. I mean, people are getting offended about everything. I mean, imagine they want to change the name of the Chiefs, the football team, the Chiefs. They want to change the name because somebody got offended. And the funny thing is you know, there've been studies and interviews. They've interviewed actual Indians, like real Indians, And they ask him, are you offended that this one's called the Chiefs? And all of the real Indians have they take no offense to the name, the Chiefs. So think about in your life right now, like, what are you being offended? Are you being offended of something? If you're being offended of something, you need to let it go. Just choose. It's just like it's a thought. It's just a thought in your mind. It doesn't have to be like, don't we all just want happiness? I also read another book. Maybe I'll do a video on The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. Cool old grandpa. I mean, what a happy, joyful little grandpa that. And so sometimes I have a conflict, and maybe you can give me your thoughts or comments, but sometimes I have a conflict sometimes, totally letting everything go, because of course you have passions and you're passionate about something and you believe in something, you think it's important, that people understand. And so you want to fight for it. And fighting for something is not letting it go. So it's a little confusing sometimes. I got to admit, even me, I'm confused about some of this. But I just want you to know that me and you are the same. That some of this stuff is a little bit weird, and some of this stuff we mess up on all the time. I mess up on this area of my life. I mean, there's no question. Sometimes I don't let things go that should have been let go. There's relationships in my life that I could have in my life if I would have just let shit go a little bit easier. Business relationships that I should have just said, you know what, do it and let's move on. Don't fight it, just do it. I probably have another 5 offices right now had I just had that feeling of less trauma and drama in the business. Had I just said, it doesn't even matter if I'm right. Imagine. Sometimes we just want to be right so bad that we just keep fighting and fighting and fighting because because it's our ego that's saying you need to be right. So it's like the book talked about the acceptance, right? Sometimes you just got to accept it. Accept that this person is the way this person is, or accept that this situation is the way this situation is, and just accept it. It's an acceptance. And then you go, just let it go. Who cares? It's not affecting me right now. And by the way, if this is another thing that we all need to wrap our brains around, is imagine, like, we try to win the battle, the battles, right? The little battles, we try to win them we try to fight for these battles so much, and then ultimately you lose the war because you were so focused on fighting the battles that you lose the war. You end up not succeeding in the grand scheme of it because you were fighting these little battles. And so what battles are you fighting right now that maybe you can just give up? Just give up the battle. I mean, what's better than just being in harmony, just being in happiness? What's better than holding on to that grudge, holding on to that negative feeling? I mean, look, I've been texting a bunch of VPs that I have, because I don't hang around with all of them, and I have some quarrels with a couple of executives in my company, and I've been texting some people. I've actually asked for some lunches and for some dinners because I want to sit down with these people and just go, what are we doing? Let's just let it go. Let's just let the grudge go. Who cares? Let's figure out a solution. Let's figure out how we can get better, how we can just, like as a team, as an organization, how can we get better? Not how can we hate each other more, because, if your business is down and I can help you grow your business, then why would you ever not want me to be a part of that? It would only make you more money. And that's kind of why you went into business, is so that you can help people and make money. But isn't it interesting that we as humans, we're so dead set on being right that we will battle and say mean things and be hurtful and revengeful and you name it. why do we do that to each other? It's interesting. It's an interesting topic. And it's something that, for me personally, I will master. I mean, everything I've put my mind to in my life, I've always figured out a way. I've always mastered it in some way, somehow. And I think this is a subject that is worthy of that time and effort. A subject of letting go, a subject of becoming higher than the issue or higher than the problem. Become one of those solution-oriented people. Focuses on being happy, right? I mean, I think that's what we all want. We want to be happy. We want to have joy. We want to experience fun things. And so instead of accusing, or instead of taking personal, or thinking that we know certain things that we probably don't know, rising above that level, rising above, and ultimately become. Very interesting subject. I want to know your thoughts, though, if you could. Send me a comment on this video and let me know, like, what do you think about the subject of letting go? What do you think about this? Is it a worthy subject that should take some of your time? Send me a comment. And if you want to send me a DM, DM me on Instagram. I'd love to share with you. I'd love to talk with you. I'd love to get to know you. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm figuring this thing out. It's fun to go. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that, as always, dream bigger than ever. Get after it, but most important, God bless you. We'll see you at the top.